never ceased doing great things. That is what the psalmist is talking about. In this psalm, children of Israel are recollecting their rescue from the grip of the great Babylonian captivity. Initially they cried and then gave up and became one with the captivity. They surrendered and they submitted to captivity. Now, some of us who drank alcohol, we became part and parcel of alcohol. Let me talk to my OBs and my OGs, because I know there are drunkards here. And smoking, I tried all of that. That is part of captivity these days. You drink, and it gets to a level when the alcohol is drinking you. Okay, let's go to the next slide. You know, when the announcement that God has come to deliver you, God has come to rescue you, when the announcement came, and guess who announced it? King Cyrus. When you read Ezra chapter 1, we will look at that a little later. The message came from the king. So verse 1, when the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dream. The children of Israel had given up hope. You may be involved in oblivion. You don't know where you are. It's like you are in a dream. It's like you are in a hangover. With all kinds of addictions today. And God is saying, you have lingered in captivity for long. Today, I am on a rescue mission. And it is for your good. And that is what we call the good news. And that is why Christianity becomes unique. Because it is not you looking for God, it is God looking for you. And he is saying, here I am with an outstretched hand. Can you put yours in mine? I take hold of you. I lift you up. I give you the support. I give you the protection. I give you the energy. You surrendered your innocence on the altar of freedom and enjoying what they call killing life. You left the world of curfew and prison. You know, at home when dad and mom say 7, you have to be home. You think they are cake. You think they are bad. Wait until you become a parent. That is when you will know. Some of you are going even to be worse than that. So you left that life of curfew, left that life of freedom, and now restriction, and now you have landed. Even when they told you to be coming from home, you said no, hostel. Even when you failed to get room in the hostel, you said we will look for a room and rent. Because you want freedom. And you surrendered your innocence. You forgot that you are playing into the hands of a crook who sooner than later is going to dump you and leave you contemplating suicide. For him, he moves on. And when he dumps you, he has no regrets. From around 2010, 2011, one of the universities in Switzerland decided to come and do research in the universities in Uganda. Beginning from Mbarara, they didn't go to Kabale, but at least in Mbarara, University of Science and Technology, Kyambogo University, Makerere University, MUBS, they did their research. They wanted to find out how sexually active university students are. And then what they found, thank God then you were not at university, so they didn't do research on you. They did on those other guys. but the picture might be worse now than then. And they published their statistics and they published their findings. And I can tell you in conclusion that it is bad. Some of you are going to end up in the hands of a ninja. Boys, don't think that all those girls are innocent. Some of them are ninjas, real ninjas. Sometimes I wonder where they grew up from. Some of us who come from a background of keeping cattle, when we take the cattle to the drinking place, sometimes in some of that water, there is some black thing that looks like a small caterpillar, but only that it does not, but it is something black. And when it gets into the cow, it gets you. It's called a liver fluke. My friend, once that thing penetrates your skin, to get it out is not a joke. And by the time you get it out, it leaves that part bleeding profusely. And it is one of the hardest things to handle in animals, a liver fluke. And once it gets, if the cow drinks it with water, that is not good. And some of you have played into the hands of guys who are like, I the woman, or okay, I the, okay, you call them a chick. I the chick, who is a liver fluke proper. As we talk now, the semester has not ended, and they have chewed all your money for upkeep. You are there depending on the chikomando, and you eat it once in the evening. And for them, they don't care. Even just buying a nail cutter, which is 1,000, they can't. They want somebody to cut their nails. So you are the one to pay all of those bills. They are going to sack you properly because you are under captivity. But there is a God who is dependable, a God of a second chance, beckoning on you and telling you, don't go down that road, come. Come. You have tried it. Before it is too late, come. The Monitor, because the Monitor published this story, I can now tell you confidently that one lady tried that, Makerere University, tried that road. Got into those groups. And then one day they were doing an evaluation and comparing notes. And then her friends told her, you know what? You are dressed like you are living in the times of King, is it Queen Isabella? You have ever heard about a queen called Isabella? Where are you growing up from? Okay. Maybe Queen Antoinette. You, at least those who did history know Antoinette. So they said, the way you are dressing, you will not attract anybody. So they told her, let's shop for you. And you know, they bought her all kinds of things that you can think of. At first, she could not even walk. But eventually, they told her, now you have to run. And then on that particular day, they went out. They said, let's go out together. And then this man picked on them, university students. And then this guy picked on her. He was a driver. So went to the club, ordered for some roasted meat. Then the man said, you know, tomorrow I have to travel somewhere very early. So I need to go and rest. So they retired into their room. They took some beers into the room. Unfortunately, the man had not paid for the room. The man had not paid for the beers. So he told the people at the counter that I'm going to leave the money with that young lady because I will be leaving very early in the morning. And you know, when you have danced yourself and you have finished all the energy, and your soul is now in hell, and you have drunk, when you sleep, you are actually just as good as dead. So the guy got up very early, got in his car and drove off. So when the askari was asking him, said, no, when that madam wakes up, she's going to clear. Poor lady, by the time she woke up, the guy was not on the bed. She thought maybe he's in the bathroom, so she waited, nothing. She said maybe he has gone down to watch the TV down at the reception. So she comes tiptoeing, goes down and finds nobody. So one of the waiters found and said, Madam, give us our money. We want now to clear the rooms for the next customers. She said, but the guy has not given me the money. I said, no, the man told us when he was leaving, he left you with the money. So stop your tricks. So she had to pay. She didn't have any money. So she had to call her friends to come to her rescue. But the sad part of it is this. That became a lesson. A little later, she started not